What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we have an absolutely amazing fancy goldfish pond to show you on the channel. So make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. As always, check out those links in the description. Make sure to check out Star Fisheries if you're from the UK, and also Jimmy Goldfish USA if you're from the US. And make sure to use code JimmyGF at the checkout to get 10% off your order. So straight into today's video, we're going to be having an absolutely amazing fancy goldfish pond on the channel, and I'm going to be talking all about it. Part of our tank tour series. This one is going to be slightly different as I'm not filming this one in person, but I thought to make the tank tour series a little bit larger and to add a few more episodes, I would narrate and look at a few different fancy goldfish ponds and setups that I found on YouTube that you guys may have seen or probably can watch as well. The elephant in the room though, before I get into this video, is you may see the big tank has finally gone. So the monster fish tank was collected and now the room is completely tankless. I only have the pond outside and I've got no tanks indoors. Now a lot of you may be quite sad that the stingrays and the arowana have gone now, and we haven't got the betters and we haven't got the ryukin, but please be rest assured there is a big reason why that is happening, and I had to get rid of all of those tanks because we've got an absolutely huge tank coming. I think I already mentioned the dimensions, but it's going to be going right behind the camera, and I haven't told you what we're going to be stocking it with, but you can have some guesses and put some suggestions down in the comments, although I'm going to probably give you a few sneak peeks over the next few videos until the new tank arrives. So that's it for the spoilers. Straight into the video. I'm going to get this absolutely stunning pond on the screen. We're going to be talking all about it, maybe things I would change, what I really like about it, and just generally about the setup, and maybe it would help you guys at home. So I hope you enjoy it and let me know what you think down below. As you can see, this is an absolutely lovely planted ranchu or fancy goldfish system. The tank looks to be of quite a size and it is above ground raised pond. You may notice the water clarity isn't quite superb, but I believe this tank probably isn't running a UV filter and is actually relying on those plants for the system, which is really awesome and a really great way of dealing with the nitrates. The green water will also reduce the nitrates in the water as well. So we are really getting low nutrient content and low nutrient levels within the water. As you can see, there are a lovely selection of fancy goldfish. We've got some ranchu, we've got some oranda, maybe some yun bao, some telescope ice, a bubble eye as well. We've got a really lovely selection of fish. The tank or pond doesn't look too overstocked either. We've got all the fish huddled in this small corner, but the tank looks to be around the 1,000 litre mark, maybe even 2,000 litres. It's really hard to grasp the size from the video. We've got some water lettuce floating in the bottom left, maybe some alodia or some oxygenating plants underneath all of that dense growth. I really like the fact that this is a real natural pond. Many of our aquariums at home are kept in more sterile, really clean cleanliness conditions. And with a natural system, a natural ecosystem, we really get lots of insects which provide natural food for the fish, which are great for digestion and great for growth. We also get that nice balance between nature, where we've got the plants using up all of those nutrients from the water and providing the fish a great water quality for them to grow and flourish throughout the future. We've got loads and loads of plant growth here. I'm sure the plants are absolutely thriving and loving it in these conditions with the natural sunlight and that really good nutrient-rich water. I would say this pond is potentially understocked. I would say you could get away with adding double the fish load that it currently has, but obviously for the optimum condition and quality of the fish, a reduced stocking level is definitely the way to go. We can see the owner is actually feeding a pellet food, which, contrary to belief, most people would say feed a sinking diet or a sinking pellet. However, clearly the owner has no problems with feeding floating food, and because goldfish can regulate that air within the swim bladder, and these fish don't look like they are too compacted and too overdeveloped, they can clearly deal with taking that floating diet. I really like the fact that this tank or pond is really shallow as well, so we're not having too much stress and too much pressure on the fish, which is also allowing them to regulate their swim bladder and not put so much pressure on them when they're swimming down into the depths. Overall, the shallow depth also provides lots of temperature increase in the summer, so when you get that nice sunshine and sunlight on the tank or pond, it really heats up and gets those fish's metabolism working. However, obviously we do have the plant cover, which is providing shade, because fish can actually get burnt if they are left out in full sunlight without any cover, and I have seen it many times where fish get really dark burns and really sort of flaky looking skin on their backs where they've actually burnt in the sunlight, especially when they are basking like this little rancher is on the right hand corner near the surface of the water. Now, potentially this pond may have a drip system in. We can't see the filtration, unfortunately, but I would say if you are doing a pond like this, a nice bay filter with a drip system would be an ideal scenario. If you can't incorporate a drip system, a bay filter with some sponges, some filter fleece, and then lots of biomedia like alpha grog is really cheap and really effective. And bay filters are really easy to clean, especially on a low stock system. You are not using a pressurized canister filter, so you don't have to worry about any leaks as much. The filter is really easy to service. Simply remove the lid. You can remove some filter fleece and replace some new filter fleece. If you're doing regular maintenance once a week, it only takes 5 to 10 minutes potentially to clean the filter, and the fish are in an absolutely great environment with that stability from the plants, and that green water is providing them a little bit of shelter and also providing them with a good skin quality. I've gone over the benefits of green water in a Back to Basics series video, and green water really has some good advantages to it. Overall, an absolutely stunning pond, and hopefully we'll have more like this on the channel. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you really liked this fancy goldfish setup. You may have seen this one before, and this is actually a video from Keith S. So if you just type in Keith S into YouTube, you will find a selection of his videos, and he has got an absolutely stunning collection of fancy goldfish. If you want to have your tank featured on the channel, let me know down below. Feel free to send me an email at fancygoldfishfanatics@gmail.com. That email is down in the description, and we can get your tank, your pond, or your setup featured on the channel. As always, thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.